When I left you at the end of the last vlog, I just had the most amazing pasta after arriving for the night in Hue. The next morning, I got up early and headed to the Hue Imperial City. This is the old city complex when Hue used to be the capital of Vietnam. It was very much ruins in the jungle vibes, with lots of decaying structures, doorways, gates, tunnels to go through, all slowly being overcome by the forest, which was awesome. There were beautiful gardens and then an elaborate palace at the end, which was the only thing kind of kept in pristine condition. I honestly had the best time wandering around here, and I'm so glad I went. We then had an outdoor cooking class along the river, and we cooked up a feast of spring rolls, stir fries, salads, curries, and all enjoyed it in a big communal spread. We then went on a very entertaining tour of Hue, led by a kooky Vietnamese man. He first took us to this beautiful hill where we got a view over the river. We went to an incense workshop and then to one of the king's tombs, which was very elaborately decorated in a Vietnamese French fusion style. And the painter at the time, 91 years. And the most unique part, this gorgeous lake, which is actually the site of an abandoned water theme park. The huge dragon in the middle used to be a central hub of the park, and it was still there to explore.
It's like we're going up the bones of the dragon. I'm standing in the mouth of the dragon. He's got a pretty good view.
It was quite eerie, of course, seeing everything left just as it was. The walls still had animal figurines on them as well.
Here's an abandoned slide in the bushes. How much to get you to jump in there?
$5.
For dinner, we headed back to my new favourite restaurant. That's right, I was here for more pasta. We also got these delicious fruit mocktails as well.
We ordered 2 scoops of ice cream, and this is what we got. Fancy?
Then it was time to board our overnight train to Nimh Binh. This is the cabin situation, certainly not too bad.
Lauren, do something funny.
They did have wine, red wine.
We arrived in Nimh Binh, which is known as the Halong Bay on land because of the similar rocky outcrops amongst beautiful green fields. It was very picturesque around here. We started off the morning by heading on a boat ride. They row the boats with their feet here, just like this, and we were able to jump on and be rowed along the river. It was a very picturesque ride past towering cliffs, and we even went under the mountains in these caves. There was wildlife along the way, and it was a very calming way to spend the morning.
Xin chào.
Xin chào!
Come on.
It was then time for another bike ride, this time among the beautiful rice fields.
Do a zoomie.
We then headed to a viewpoint guarded by this guy. There was a series of steps up two sides of the mountain to provide different viewpoints. It was quite picturesque, but definitely sweaty work in the heat.
That's the river we were floating down earlier.
We spent the evening chilling by the pool of our beautiful hotel and eating duck for dinner, which is the local specialty in these parts.
I'll get that drink.
Yes!
It was then time for our much anticipated Halong Bay cruise, and just look at the beautiful scenery that surrounded us on all sides. Clearly a UNESCO World Heritage Area.
Alright, boat room tour. Bathroom in here, nicer than some of the hotels we've had. And the view out here. Not bad if I do say so myself.
That's so cool.
We went kayaking in this little lagoon, which was quite lovely, although there were lots of bigger boats making loud racket, especially around the monkeys.
He's a monkey!
We then headed to Tito's Beach, named after this Russian guy. This was a swimming spot in the bay, but very overcrowded with people. We did get a nice swim in and also a view of the sunset over the bay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think Calvin's stolen my wallet now. It's just come up with an alert.
Here comes trouble!
My life. Home time! Let me go home.
That's probably on video as well.
This is always where I'm afraid whenever we go to China, because I'm like, the Chinese.
Thank you! Yeah, I caught this giant squid.
Oh, that's so great,
I caught this big squid.
You'll know it as a save icon. Is that not what it is?
Yes, we did wake up early to explore some caves before having breakfast and saying goodbye to the boat that had been our home for the past 20-ish hours and hitting the capital of Vietnam, Hanoi. Of course, the Aussies had to check the footy score before we headed to a demonstration of how they make their famous egg coffee. I personally find it a bit eggy for my tastes, but they do make it pretty, drawing pictures on the top. We had a delicious fresh dinner of make your own rice paper rolls before we headed to the Hanoi train street, the famous crowded street where a train runs through. We sat on the tracks having some drinks, and it is the custom to order a beer and then place the bottle cap on the rails to get flattened by the train. When the train is coming, it's actual pandemonium with shopkeepers blowing whistles and clearing everything off the tracks. The train does come through very slowly, but it is a huge train, taking ages to go past fully. These are the bottle caps we rescued. Our last day in Hanoi started with another filter coffee. This one had a picture and quote by Ernest Hemingway on it. We saw the cathedral, which is one of the examples of the French influence left in the country. We went for a wander through the shopping streets of Hanoi. They have streets dedicated to ceramics, clothing, jewellery, silverware, shoes. We browsed some vintage stores, some ceramic stores, and a coffee shop where we tried the Weasel coffee, and Harry brought some coffee to take home. We popped into the Note Coffee, the social media famous coffee shop where you each can write a little note and pop it on the wall, the ceiling, the floor, the tables, the windows. Absolutely every surface was covered.
That's terrible.
We crossed the bridge to the temple in the middle of the lake. This lake is actually famous for the giant tortoises that live in it, a lot bigger than this one here. That's more like it. These are revered and worshipped as the guardians of the lake. I grabbed a sourdough cookie that was actually incredible from this place here. And then we decided to take the chance to try some affordable Michelin star food. This place had won a Michelin star the past 3 years for its beef pho. That was all it sold and specialised in. And honestly, it was the best one I've ever had, without a doubt. And for only $3.50 Australian. So now I can say I've tried Michelin star food. And then it was our final dinner. We headed to a bar before saying our goodbyes to the crew and to Vietnam. Thanks so much for following on our Vietnam journey, and we'll catch you next time.
Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ
finished sticking in my stuff from my Vietnam diary. I got this beautiful picture. It's actually a chocolate bar wrapper, dark chocolate, mango chocolate, and just how stunning is it? A sticker of the Vietnamese filter coffee. Got my little sunny angel thing, the spa we went to in Ho Chi, bowl of pho to represent the beef Michelin star one that we had. I've got a little group photo, the coffee roaster we went to, the little stools. That's obviously money with Ho Chi on it. Ticket for this temple, ticket for the Hue Imperial City. That is from a Hanoi beer, and that is the restaurant where I had the amazing penne arrabbiata twice.